The situation there was no motor functions, couldn't hold up his head, was having a ton of seizures every day.
He could not walk, he could not talk, he was not eating by mouth. He was a completely different kid. So everything was different. I actually had to resign from my job to stay at home and take care of him. His days were filled with tube feedings and medicines and somewhere between 2 and 4 therapies a day. People were coming in our house. I was taking him outside the house for therapies. Then he had appointments. I mean, it was a super crazy busy time.
If I look back on it, it was really getting the seizure medicines to a good place of controlling that, where he started to make his biggest progress. And it was pretty amazing. I mean, he would start, to hold his head up, and then, he would start kind of walking, and he wore a seizure helmet for quite a while because before we got him controlled, he would just have them.
He would be walking along and just boom, he would have what they called an atomic seizure. He would just bend at the waist and hit his head on the floor, on furniture, on the road, on the driveway, if we were outside.
Again, fortunately, we had this doctor up at Riley that really helped lead us to a place where these are the supplements we need to start him on, we need to see, and so he progressively got better, which again was pretty amazing when you think about where he was to where within even a few months where he got to. And so then you just start to build that into your routine. Just throughout the years, he relearned to talk. He vocabulary. He still can't read, but you don't need to right now. I mean, because you've got technology to really help you out there. And so he communicates better than most people that can.
Hi, I'm Brady. I'm 16 and a sophomore.
So a typical day for Brady, he wakes up on his own, and he gets ready on his own, and he gets dressed, and he comes downstairs, and I have medicine and food laid out for him. So he at this point in high school, he can give medicine himself if I lay it out, and he knows exactly what he's supposed to be taking. So he gets medicine, and then he gets hooked up. I have his food ready to go in the IV bag, and he gets hooked up by himself. His feedings take about 15 minutes, and then he goes to school. So at school, he gets medicine again. However, the nurses lay it out for him just like I do at home, and he gives it to himself at school with their supervision. And then he takes a feeding pump backpack to school, and he gets hooked up on his own when it's time to eat. And then he comes home from school. He rides the bus home from school, the regular ed bus, and he immediately gets medicine and a feeding again. And then after school, he does typical things. He goes to the basketball court, he plays basketball, he goes on bike rides, he plays PlayStation, and then at nighttime, he gets another set of medicine and, showers, does all the things on his own, and then gets hooked up for the last feeding.